Hello everyone, I'm TJ the Brickrat and welcome to my Lego room. And this is going to be one of the last videos in this particular Lego room, so I thought it'd be fun if in addition to covering some contest information, we also do one last tour of the Lego room, and this tour is going to be a little bit special. I'll share that in just a minute. Now, to do our January check-in, it's the end of the month, we're going to talk about the contest, some questions that have come in, and at the end of every month, I'm hoping to possibly share some entries. This month, we're not going to do that because we've only had one entry so far. I also sent that entry some information that I thought could help their mock and might spice it up a little bit more. And so right at the beginning, I'm going to send out an invitation that if you get your mock in early and we don't have tons and tons of submissions yet, I'm more than happy to work with you, to give you some feedback, and possibly give you some ways that you might do a little bit better in the contest. This particular builder had forgotten one key element of the contest, and so they've got plenty of time to modify it and get it back in place. So I encourage all of you to go ahead and get your submissions ready to go. If you want to send me some work in progress pictures or want to ask some clarifying questions about the contest or the rules for the contest, I'm more than happy to respond to you. As a matter of fact, we already had somebody ask one question in particular, which is that they wanted to build a 3-winged shuttle. And my understanding is that it's going to look a lot like the other shuttles that exist in the Star Wars universe. We have Palpatine's original shuttle. There were 3 wings on that one. The Imperial shuttle, and even the Bad Batch shuttle has 3 wings on it. So I know it might be a little bit difficult to try to come up with a completely new concept, especially when I asked you to have moving wings, or at least one moving wing. And that may limit a little bit of what we can do. However, what I'm looking for is that you're not just recoloring an existing ship. I do want to see some original ideas out there. So if your shuttle looks a little bit too much like the other shuttles that exist in the Star Wars universe, you can always play with the shape of the wings, the way that they move, or one of 100 million other ideas that you could come up with to make your shuttle unique and different enough that when I look at it, I say, yes, I recognize that as a shuttle. But even though it may have been inspired by other things in Star Wars, it's not just a direct copy of something that's already out there. So that'll be it for today. I know it's a little bit of a shorter amount of questions and information about the contest, but thankfully I think the instructions were really clear. We've learned a lot from the previous contests, and so if you do have questions, go ahead and send them to me. I'm more than happy to respond to those. But in the meantime, let's go over the Lego room real quick. So while this is going to be the last tour of this Lego room, it's going to be a very fun tour because I've gotten rid of all of the existing sets. Well, most of the existing sets that are in the Lego room. So all that are left are mocks and some modifications of existing sets that I need to document a little bit before I get rid of them. So without further ado, let's take one last tour of this Lego room. All right, and I think it's probably best if we just go ahead and start going from left to right. So, starting here, oh, actually we're not going to start here. Those are for future videos. All right, starting here, we have our Minoc Squadron. Of course, this isn't everybody. We've got the A-Wing on a different shelf, but we'll see him in just a second. We've got a whole shelf of miniature speeder bikes, as well as our Razor Crest micro build right there. I did keep a couple of sets down here for the kids to be able to play with, so that's what those are doing down there. There's our Minoc Naboo Starfighter, which is really awesome. A couple micro builds of the Broken Eagle. And then down here, we actually have my Ahsoka Sabers, and there was actually somebody out there who made that plaque for me, which was pretty awesome. I really liked it. Then we've got our Star Wars Harvester tractor. Not very many people watch that video, so that might be new for some of you. Oh, not talking about that one either. Alright, we've got our shield vehicles that are all put together there, and even though that is an official set, the little helicopter here, the little trailer it's on is not, and that trailer hooks onto the back of either one of those two vehicles, so it's pretty fun. Then we have our Bat Mandalorian Starfighter, and then we've got the Bat. We've got our tumblers, our Batmobiles, and Bat Pods. got our modified Tron sets right there. That's Carter's Carter's Christmas present that he got from Santa. So he's having a ton of fun with that. We have my tank shelf, and the bottoms are pretty much empty. So now we're going to go up and look at the upper shelf. We've got the TIE Bizarro, the Underwater TIE, the TIE Outland Starfighter. We've got the droid fighters for the Final Order, the Javelin, the Wraith, the Wrath. Oh, we've just got a lot of things going on here. We've got our First Order bomber that I think I've done a video on, but haven't made instructions for yet. We have the TIE W. We've got our Rocket Raccoon's warship, the transport that goes on the ATTC, and the Bat Mandalorian Starfighter that's based off of the actual Mandalorian Starfighters. Then we have Ben's desk right down here. He's still got a lot of his sets out and stuff like that, but he's actually been working on some stop motion video, which is why he's got that clay right there. He's going to be working on some stop motion videos that maybe I'll be able to feature on the channel here, so that'll be fun. As you can see, that upper shelf is pretty empty from what it used to be, because I removed a lot of sets from that half of the shelf. I didn't realize how many I had up there. Here we have the I-Wing Starfighter. Oh, there's a set. There's an A-Wing. Of course, I have that one out for a reason. My modified Jango's Slave 1. Got some pieces, parts. A little tractor that I built in memory of my dad. The ARC 170, Phasma's Starfighter, TIE Fighter. Another A-Wing, also going to be for a project. We've got one of our Cyclops walkers, some more walkers. Oh, tipped over our elephant walker right there. Don't want to have him have too many problems. Then here we have, there's our Slave 1 tank. And let's go up to the shelf on the Rebel side of the room. So we've got the BAAT, the BAADA. We've got our Hawkeye ship right there. Tanks, BB tanks, more tanks. Now here's where we get into some more sets that have been modified. So that U-Wing actually has extra long wings on it. The ones that come standard on it are just really short, so I extended those by I think like at least 8 studs. It could have been more like 10 or 12 studs, baby. Got our Jedi Starfighters, Delta 2s. Here is the latest X-Wing that exists, but I've modified quite a bit on there. I believe I modified just the engines in there and then the cannons on the side, which wasn't too bad. It wasn't too hard to do. We've got some Quinjets up there. Oh, there's another set that hasn't been taken apart yet. But then we have my custom Quinjet, B-Wing. Oh, there's some more sets, although these actually were modified. Those Jedi Starfighters are from the Ultimate Space Battle from Episode 3. However, they've been modified to be able to fit in the hyperdrive ring that Obi-Wan Kenobi's Actus 2 Interceptor came in. Got a couple of Staps, our troop transport for Hoth. Got our giant Y-Wing. And then the Broken Eagle, who's missing his windscreen because I put it away with the Slave 1 set that it came in. We've got just a few more of the ships. This one is actually extended and made a little bit longer because, again, it just didn't look right. So extended that by a few studs. And it seemed to work pretty well. And then for another little treat, I'm going to show you guys my setup here. So there is my Poe Dameron's Black 1 X-Wing, and that's been modified pretty heavily. Landing gear is different, the engines are different, the wings have been modified so they fit closer together. I mean, I've just gone ham on that one. There's my computer station. The screen actually flips completely out of the way so that I can do the recording for videos, for mocks and stuff like that. And then here it is what used to have all of my instructions. all used to be up there and everything. And that closet removed 3 shelves, and now it's pretty bare. Just got some a few fun items up there. Got my Galaxy's Edge lightsabers, my Rancor head. Apparently the Rancor came out while we were there, and they said they weren't going to have them after like a week, but they're still selling them today. So that sales lady, she really took us for something. Then I do have a few unopened sets up there, but a lot of those are boxes or sets that I saved the boxes for and put the sets right back in. So, and then I don't know if any of you guys have seen these VIP coins. They came available again in January, I think it was, and I was able to spend the points that I had and get the whole set. So that's pretty fun, except for the castle one. The castle one I actually won playing poker at Brick Slopes 2021, so that was pretty fun. So I was able to get all of them except that one because I already had it. And that's it for the final tour of TJ's Lego Room. A few of you may have noticed that there are actually a couple of MOCs missing, and you would be 100% correct. It's actually my 2 largest MOCs. It's the ATTC and the YT985, both of which had to immediately go into storage because I was running out of room and I needed to make sure that I could actually get those things in boxes. So those are not here in the Lego Room right now, but as far as I can remember, those are the only 2 MOCs that I currently had built and plan to have built in the new Lego Room that I don't have up right now. Now, we may do a tour eventually in the new Lego Room that we're moving to. However, it may be quite a while because I doubt I'll be able to put everything up nearly as quickly as I've taken everything down. And I've had a lot of help. My wife and my kids have really been helping me out, and my patrons have been super forgiving and patient with me in the content that I put up for them. I think one of the last videos that I put up, I just was outside playing with one of my Galaxy's Edge lightsabers and made a video of doing that because I needed a break from the Lego Room. I've spent hours and hours and hours and hours and hours in here working on it. As a matter of fact, I've been actually recording myself as I've been taking down the Lego Room, and it's going to be the biggest video that I've ever made. At least it's going to have the most work put into it. And I'm hoping to release that in a few weeks once we've actually gotten the entire Lego Room cleaned out. So I hope you had a fun time hanging out with me here in the Lego Room today. And until we see you next time, I'm TJ the Brick Right. Play well.